Show me your card.
Rakai, listen, Rakai. The disrespect. Yes, thank you, Agent. The disrespect not only to us, but to Jinxie. To Jinxie, you're disrespecting Jinxie's tournament. You're disrespecting Jinxie. The fact that Jinxie took time away to make this tournament.
Nobody warned you this was coming. That's the thing about it. No countdown, no signal, just 1 second everything is fine, and the next second, something in the room has already changed and you're still trying to figure out when. A tournament, clean setup, recognizable names. The kind of event that's supposed to run on competition and adrenaline and nothing else. And for a moment, maybe even a long moment, that's exactly what it looks like. Then something crawls in through the edges. Not an explosion, not a meltdown, something quieter than that, a presence.
Ain't you dating a
I don't care, bro.
Ain't you dating a star?
She used
No,
bro.
The kind that doesn't ask for the room, it just takes it. Voice cutting over calls before they finish, rhythm getting interrupted before it builds, silence getting swallowed before anyone can settle into it. And you watch the other players start to feel it, before they say anything, before anything breaks open. You can see it in the way they start responding differently, shorter, slower, like they're choosing every word now because they've stopped trusting the conversation. I'm not convinced you have the game at all. Delivered flat. No heat, no theatrics, just done. And somehow that's louder than anything that came before it. Was that the breaking point? Or had the break already happened, quietly 5 minutes earlier when no one was marking timestamps? Here's what makes Rakai different from regular tournament chaos. It's not the volume. Loud people exist everywhere in this space. Speed is loud. Kai is loud. Loud.
So much great energy. I want to do as much as I can to help you guys and just be able to make sure you guys get better classrooms and stuff like that. Whatever they tell me you guys need, we're going to make sure you guys have good stuff, okay?
Loudness alone doesn't make a room turn. It's the consistency. Because people weren't just reacting to this tournament. They were reacting to something they'd seen building, stream by stream, appearance by appearance, moment by moment into a shape they were starting to recognize. A pattern that enters a space, expands until it fills every corner, and leaves everyone else somehow smaller than they were before it arrived. You could call that personality, you could frame it as content style. You could argue some creators just naturally generate more friction than others. But then the friction starts feeling less random, less spontaneous. And the question that starts forming in the back of your mind isn't what is this, it's why does this keep happening everywhere he goes?
You don't even have the game downloaded. I'm not convinced you have the game at all. I don't think you have the game. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
He's not focused on the game. He's focused on sending 40 kilometers up the hill. That's what he's focused on. I'm not. Yo, Agent, show
me your call. Show me your call.
Listen, Rakai.
Bruce drop him off doesn't come in swinging. That's what catches you off guard. He comes in watching, observing, like someone who's already done the math and is just waiting for the right moment to show you the answer. And when he speaks, something cracks open. Not the argument, the frame. Because now what looked like one disruptive presence in a tournament starts looking like something with a longer history. Something that maybe doesn't live only inside content. Something that the people around it are starting to describe using words they don't use for characters or personas. You're early. You're still finding your footing, and yet you move like you own every room you walk into.
I don't know. The nigga in the black tee, in the middle screen. Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, eat dick. You address everybody in the room. Eat everybody in here.
Damn.
Fuck is you talking about? You address everybody in here. Ross is in here. Cuffleman's in here. Sinner's in here.
Yeah, Rakai, why are you ignoring us, bro?
Nobody else.
The moment that lands, the energy doesn't cool down, it doubles. What opened as competition curdles into something personal. What turned personal starts bleeding into something that feels bigger than one Twitch call, bigger than one argument, bigger than anyone probably intended when they sat down to play Rainbow Six Siege. This is where the conversation quietly changes shape, because people stop asking about the tournament and start asking about the surrounding architecture, the content, the numbers behind it.
How old are you? You a little bro, you teen. I know damn well you're not talking this direction. I know damn well you're not talking this direction. Go ahead.
Oh, so how old are you?
Don't do that.
So how old are you?
You gotta go there.
How old are you?
GG.
How old are you?
Don't worry about it.
31?
Don't worry about it. I'm not 31.
Wow!
Your child.
You be making numbers up, huh?
Your child, how old is she, chat?
I'm not 31 and I'm not 30.
28.
Yo, bro, Rakai, we heard your script earlier today. We heard it yesterday, last week. He's gonna say something about a family. He's gonna say something about a family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Just say it.
Listen, just start a feeling, my nigga.
There it is.
Just fries it up. Start a feeling, ain't? You know what I'm saying?
The audience absorbing all of it on the other side of the screen. 800,000 likes on a single TikTok doesn't vanish. It travels, it finds people, and a lot of those people, you could argue, are younger than most creators remember to account for. It starts to feel like the weight of that isn't fully landing on anyone involved. Not in real time, maybe not after either. Even stable Ronaldo, someone who's been inside this world long enough to recognize the currents, stepped back and reflected out loud. Talked about what seems to be getting chased right now. Attention before understanding, recognition before foundation. The whole accelerated trajectory that looks like success from the outside and sometimes feels like something else entirely from within.
Closer with Rakai, bruh. No cap. And yes, it is not clip farming. That is as stupid as he appears to be. That is a dumb legit. I ain't even gonna care. Like, he's like but it's like, I feel like he needs like a big brother living with him or something to teach him shit or some shit. And like, there's a lot of shit he just don't know. I'm sitting there like, yo, how do you not know that? Or why do you think this is, you feel me? Like, dead ass, those times I feel like I'm teaching this shit. I'm sitting there like talking to him and teaching him shit. I'm like, yo, blase, blase, blah. He's like, what? I'm like, what? He's like, huh? So Rakai,
and watching him try to process it in real time, there was something in that. Something that didn't feel like content. It felt like someone genuinely unsure of what they were looking at. Which raises the question, is anyone sure? Then your rage says something that repaints the entire picture without raising his voice. It's not an act. That's just how he is. On stream, off stream, camera on, camera off. And that sentence does something to how you process everything you just watched. Because now you're not analyzing a performance, you're looking at a person. And patterns that belong to people don't get edited out between uploads. They don't stay inside the content box. They travel with the person into every room, every call, every space where there are other people trying to figure out how to exist around them. It stops being a tournament story. It becomes something quieter and harder to shake. The comments aren't explosive. That's the detail worth sitting with. They're not outraged. They're not even that surprised. There's something that reads closer to exhaustion. Like people describing the ending of something they kept hoping would go differently. Scammer, ego, disrespectful. Those words don't come from one moment. They come from accumulated watching. From recognizing something you've already seen enough times to name it without having to think. And that recognition, spreading across comments, across reactions, across creators reflecting publicly, starts painting a picture that nobody explicitly drew, but somehow everyone is looking at. Same escalation, same fallout, different tournament, different people, different streams, same destination, every time. Two ways to read this. First, it's all calculated. Every disruption deliberate, every reaction harvested. The chaos isn't accidental. It's the product, and everyone losing their mind in the comments just fuel feeding the machine. But the second version sits differently. Nobody's actually in control of what's already moving. The audience is younger than the numbers show. The influence is spreading further than anyone planned. And the people closest to the situation aren't really there for the person, they're there for what the person generates. Somewhere between building a public self, the private one quietly disappeared. And the people physically around it can't find where one ends and the other begins anymore. So was this just a messy tournament moment? Or is this what it looks like when something builds slowly, in plain sight, in front of everyone until it finally gets too loud to scroll past? Because patterns don't announce themselves, they just repeat. Same entry, same chaos, same exit, different room, different people, same destination.